Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to my channel. I am Tamika Thompson and I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I am going to be giving you some tips on how you can land or receive multiple job offers in your job search. Now, this has happened to me on many occasions. I can't think of too many instances where I didn't have at least 2 offers, sometimes 3 or 4 at once, all on the table. And I want to give you all some tips on how to do the same. And surprisingly, it's not as hard or as complicated as you think. The tips that I'm going to be sharing in a few seconds are very simple, very easy. You can experience the same results. It's really important to line up multiple offers in your job search. One, so that you aren't underpaid and you're not taking any job that is going to pay you less than what you deserve. 2, so that you can give yourself options to choose from, because we all know that sometimes that first and only offer that we get may not always be the best. And 3, because you deserve it. Like, who doesn't deserve to have employers vying for you or fighting after you? Like, oh my gosh, I love it, especially when they're countering salary offers. Oh my goodness, I love it. So I want that for you too. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1 on this list is an easy one, but it's a mistake that a lot of people make, and that is to not stop interviewing even after you get one offer. Now, I can understand if this is your dream job, your dream opportunity, and if it's your top choice out of maybe the lineup of positions that you're interviewing for and the companies that you're interviewing with, then I understand. By all means, if it's your number 1 choice and you get that offer, listen, go for it, take it, snatch it, all of that. But if it's not your top choice and maybe it's a little lower on your list, or maybe you're feeling like, oh, it'll do, it's okay, still keep interviewing no matter what. A lot of people will get that first and only offer and they will stop interviewing, stop applying altogether. But you have to understand that sometimes when you accept that first offer, you could potentially be shooting yourself in the foot in a couple of different ways. Number 1 is you don't know, if you take that very first offer, you don't know if another company is going to offer you more money. And if earning more money and salary, or the amount of money, is not like top priority of your list, maybe it's flexibility, maybe it's the schedule, maybe it's benefits, then that's fine. But if you are someone who is very aggressively or very focused on earning more money and making more money, make sure that you line up at least 2 different offers to figure out which one is going to be the highest. And sometimes with the job that you want, you can leverage the second offer to have the other job come up higher. You get what I mean? So like you can say, well, hey, company so-and-so, this other company is offering me X. Are you able to match this offer? And you can see what they say. I've done that multiple times and it has worked out in my favor each and every single time. But after you get that offer, again, if it's not your first choice, or if you feel like you're still in the running for your first choice, still continue to interview with other companies and other jobs, and still continue to put out applications, etc. Just because a company extends you an offer, if you still have 2 other companies that you're interviewing with and you're on maybe the 3rd or the 4th step and you have like maybe 1 or 2 left, still continue to complete those other steps with the other companies as well. Another thing that you can do is, if you have received an offer from a company and maybe you have 1 or 2 steps left with another company that you're interested in, you can let the other company know that you still have steps with, hey, so-and-so, I have received an offer from another company, but I'm still interested in seeing this interview process all the way through. Sometimes that can speed up the process, especially if they really like you, and you could receive another offer from that company sooner rather than later, especially if they really like you and you've been getting positive feedback in the interview process. You may be able to line up another offer within a week or a week and a half. Now, this works most times, but not all of the time, but it doesn't hurt to try. So just keep that in mind. Number 2 on this list is do not stop interviewing even though you feel like the interview went well. Now, again, this is another common mistake that a lot of people make. And I feel like I learned this the hard way, especially when I was in the entry level stages of my career. I would have an interview that I felt like went really, really well. And, the recruiter says, oh, the team loved talking to you and so enjoyed your conversation. And I get all gassed up thinking like, I got this job in the bag, it's mine. And then a week later, oh, we regret to inform you, we've moved forward with another candidate. But if you, that spiel that they give you, oh, but we liked you so much, please continue to explore other career opportunities on our page. And ain't nobody trying to hear that. I wanted this job. I wanted to move forward with this opportunity. So no matter how well the interview went, no matter how much positive feedback you receive, please, please, please keep interviewing no matter what, because things in a job search, nothing is guaranteed until you get and sign and accept an offer officially. Anything can happen. There could be a hiring freeze. They could close the position. They can decide they don't want to hire for this role. The role could be eliminated, right? So never, ever, ever think that an interview can go so well to the point where nothing can happen, especially in this economy. There were 2 jobs that I currently interviewed for where I had gotten 2 steps into the process and the hiring manager or the company or the, whomever was in charge decided that they were no longer going to be hiring for the position. Now, it made me think, like, was this a scam? Was this a fake job? Because I know that is also going around. But just keep in mind, anything can happen, especially now. It's a very, very competitive job market. On average, there are more than 100 applications received for every job posting. And there can be maybe a handful of candidates that actually get an interview. So always understand that you are going up against other people and you don't know what their advantages are. All you know is that you have your skills, you have your experience, and you know what you bring to the table, but nothing in this job search game is guaranteed. So no matter how much or how high good vibes, good energy you get from the team, from the hiring manager, from the recruiter, continue to interview with other jobs no matter what until you receive an official offer that they extend to you to let you know, hey, we are choosing you, we are moving forward with you, you are our choice. And this is something that happened to me just like as a personal story. I was interviewing for this one position recently, like literally a couple of weeks ago, and I was right before completing the final step, and the recruiter was letting me know, like, hey, the team loves you. Everybody has provided such great feedback. You are our top candidate. The team is really interested in moving forward with you specifically. And I completed the final step, and I was like 85% sure that I would get an offer. And I want to say like 5 or 6 hours after I completed the final step, I received the email letting me know that they would be moving forward with someone else. And I was like, girl, you just told me I was the top candidate and everybody was in love with me and da-da-da-da. Like, oh, my heart was broken. But it's like, okay, whatever. I was still interviewing with 2 other companies at the same time. So it's like, whatever, it's y'all lost. But that just goes to show, no matter what the team says, the recruiter says, do not let it gas you up to the point where you take that as like a surefire yes when it's not, if that makes sense. And last on this list is to continue to applying to jobs no matter how many interview requests you're getting, or again, how well your interviews are going. So even though you may be on the 5th, 6th, or the last step of an interview, still continue to put out applications, because again, anything can happen. And I shared this one story in particular in another video, but I'll go ahead and share it again. There was this one job that I was interviewing for like maybe 5-6 years ago. And I was just so gung-ho and surefire that I was going to get this job. And I didn't. And I was completely devastated, and I had completely stopped applying to jobs because I banked on this one position, this one opportunity. And when it fell through, that was like 30 30 to 40 days where I hadn't sent out a single application because I just knew that I was going to get this job. And so at that point, what I like to call my interview pipeline, my application pipeline, had pretty much dried up. So even though you're going through interviews and you feel confident and maybe you are getting great feedback, continue to put out applications. The goal is to ideally, right, just keep going, keep pushing through, do not stop, because jobs with the interview process and recruiting, it's so fickle. Things can be going really, really well, and then they cannot be going well. There are a lot of things that are in your control as a candidate, as an interviewee, but there are a lot of things on the back end with these companies and these jobs that are out of your control, and there's nothing you can do about it. Hiring freezes is one, and I just talked about that. The job, no longer being open anymore. They close a position. And then sometimes, there's nepotism at play. I have been a victim of that, where I felt like I was the best person for the role, but then I found out that the hiring manager's niece ended up getting the job. So there's a lot of factors that are out of your control, and it doesn't matter whether you speak with someone through networking. So I've done that before, where there are a lot of interviews that I received just because I knew someone who was able to get me an entry-level interview. But things happen, right? No job is 100% guaranteed until you actually sign an offer. As you're interviewing, continue to put out applications even still. So maybe you are going through interview process with 3 to 4 or 5 different companies. Still keep applying, because the second you get a rejection email from either of those companies, your opportunity list kind of goes down, or you kind of shrink in terms of opportunities. Typically, when I'm job searching, I like to interview with at least 5 companies at a time, but even still, I'm still putting out applications. Once I'm interviewing with maybe 7 to 10 companies or more, then I will stop, because it's like, that's a lot, right? You have to research all of them, the people you're talking to, customize your thank you letters, like, it's a lot. So once you hit a certain threshold that you feel comfortable with, then you may ease up on the applications. But even still, once that dips below, you want to start putting out applications. So let's say you're interviewing with 10 different companies. Maybe you finished the interview process, or you finished a step in the interview for 2 companies and you get rejected for both. Well, now you're down to 8. So you have to decide, do I feel comfortable enough or confident enough with these 8 companies, these 8 opportunities, to ride the rest of these out and stop applying? You have to make that decision, but ultimately you want to continue applying no matter what. All right, you guys, that's it. Those are 3 simple ways that you can line up multiple job offers in your next job search. And I just completed my recent job search. I was laid off from my job, and so I had to hit the job search streets, and ended up getting 3 offers and was able to select the best offer for me that gave me the salary that I wanted, the hybrid flexibility, remote option that I wanted, and it was the career level that I wanted, and all of the things. So being able to line up multiple offers really puts you in the driver's seat, and it gives you the opportunity to choose what you want versus having just that one option on the table and feeling like you have to take this, even though it may not be the best opportunity. Now, depending on your financial situation, or how soon or quickly you need to get back to work, if you were laid off or if you were fired, I understand if you take that first offer just because you're pressed for time. I get it, I understand. But if you can afford and you have the bandwidth to maybe extend your search a little bit longer to get what you want, or to line up other offers that you can, kind of compare and contrast the 2 of them against one another, I highly encourage you to do that. Employers do the same thing when they are sourcing candidates for jobs, when they're interviewing candidates for jobs. They have 5, 6, 7, maybe upwards of 10 people that they're considering for this one job. So put yourself in the employer's shoes and make sure that you are also lining up that many opportunities for yourself, because it is business at the end of the day. Like, it's a business decision. They hire you for, to help their business, and you choose them for whatever personal reason, whether it's financial or you're aligned with the company values, you want to move up in the company and all of that. So I really hope that you found this video helpful. If so, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button down below. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can continue receiving career-related videos from me. I will see you guys next time with another helpful video. Cheers to lining up multiple job offers, y'all. Bye.